Fitchburg City leaders will host a public meeting tonight to discuss roadway safety concerns, how you can share your input. Plus, newly released documents show Fox News host believed one thing but told viewers the opposite while reporting 2020 election results in the January 6th Capitol attack. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in. An alert day begins tomorrow and could bring several inches of snow to southern Wisconsin. Let's head to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at our first warm forecast. Greg?
Yeah, unfortunately, our confidence is growing that we're going to have significant snow starting probably tomorrow afternoon. 4 to 8 inches potentially in many areas by Friday morning. This includes all of southern Wisconsin, even northern Illinois, too. So quite a widespread snow event for March. There's your winter weather bulletins out right now. Basically, a watch is out there for a potential of 6 inches or plus. I would assume some of these will be upgraded to an advisory or warning here later this afternoon. But overall, confidence is pretty high that we're going to see this amount of snow. There could be a lot of areas of snow, obviously 4 to 6, maybe isolated areas 8 or even more. Just depends on where things line up. But overall, it's going to be everyone's going to see some of the snow a little bit lighter as you go further south just because of rain mixing in. But overall, we're going to see quite a bit of snow come through here. So basically what we're going to break down coming up of this March snowstorm is when the snow stops and ends and how those morning commutes look, for Thursday and Friday. And that may not be it for snow because we may have something else coming for the weekend too. So unfortunately, this active pattern continues.
Another Thursday.
Another Thursday once again.
All right, Greg, thank you. Let's just skip Thursdays. How about that? The city of Fitchburg is holding a public meeting tonight to address safety concerns on its roads. The main concern is South Scion Road. That's where a driver hit and killed Badger Ridge Middle School principal Beth Steffen in January. Tonight's meeting will go over background and updates for reconstruction, and there'll be an opportunity for the public to share their input. Virtual attendance is encouraged, but there will be room for people to attend the meeting in person. It'll be at Fire Station number 3 on South Scion Road from 6:30 to 8:30. You can find the Zoom link to virtually attend in this story on channel3000.com. Madison is moving forward with plans to sue 2 automakers in hopes of recovering the cost of responding to a spike in car thefts. The city council approved a resolution last night calling for a lawsuit against Kia and Hyundai. Last summer, Kia and Hyundai models made up nearly half of all the stolen cars reported in Madison. Local dealerships are now offering a free software upgrade. They say the process only takes about 20 minutes once your appointment is scheduled. One of the surviving Americans who was kidnapped in Mexico last week is recovering from surgery in Texas. Mexican authorities located Eric Williams and Lativia McGee yesterday. The group was kidnapped last Friday and moved to multiple locations before being found at a stash house. The man who was guarding them has been arrested. Investigators believe the Gulf Cartel was responsible, but it's unclear why they were attacked. U.S. officials are still working to get the bodies of the other victims back on American soil. Newly released court documents claim Fox News believed one thing about the 2020 election, but said the opposite on the air. Fox Chairman Rupert Murdoch testified under oath that he does not believe the election was stolen from Donald Trump and said some of Fox News hosts went too far. According to court documents, days before January 6th, host Tucker Carlson sent a text message to another Fox employee saying he can't wait until he can stop covering Trump, adding, quote, "I hate him passionately." The document surfaced yesterday just as Carlson began a second night of coverage, spinning a false narrative of the deadly Capitol riots. His program aired select Capitol Police video released to him exclusively by House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, falsely telling viewers the insurrection was mostly peaceful.
I didn't see what was aired. What I want to do exactly is give the transparency to everybody, and everybody can make up their own.
McCarthy says he has no regrets about sharing the video with Carlson, but has yet to release it to other news organizations. As for the Dominion case, Fox News issued a statement late last night calling the court filings distortions and a PR campaign by Dominion in an effort to smear the company. Well, today is International Women's Day, a day to celebrate the achievements of women and support action against gender inequality. You can mark the day by taking part in a march for women's equal rights or participating in a related fundraiser, festival, lecture, or seminar, and post to hashtag International Women's Day. You can keep celebrating for the rest of the month as it's also National Women's History Month. The weather may be starting to warm up, but the need for help to cover heating and cooling costs does not go away. News 3 Now is once again partnering with the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Energy Service, Inc. for a day of warmth, a telethon and donation drive to raise money for those in need across the state. It'll be held tomorrow afternoon between 4 and 6:30 p.m., but you can donate ahead of time. There's more information on channel3000.com. And there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. The FDA is flagging more recalls for eye drops, and the company involved in the Ohio train derailment is dealing with another accident. That's coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Check out our lighting showroom and update your home with a coordinated look. Patriot Lighting is available in so many unique finishes, you're sure to find a style that's right for you. With more than 300 stock lights priced under $100. Pick up this flush mount ceiling light for just $29.99 after 11% rebate. Visit our lighting showroom or check out all our lighting options on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
In need of home repairs? From stairs and railings to roofing and plumbing, Habitat Dane County works alongside families to ensure safe, stable housing for years to come. Qualifications are based on income, need, and willingness to partner. Don't delay. Apply today.
Two candidates for Supreme Court. Two very different beliefs. Judge Janet Protasewicz. She believes women should have the freedom to make their own decisions on abortion. Extremist Dan Kelly. He supports the 1849 law that takes away women's rights and criminalizes abortion, even in cases of rape, incest, and health of the mother. So who represents you? An extremist or a common sense judge? Vote by April 4th.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Have you heard? We've outgrown our space. Again! Save up to half off floor samples and special orders at Dwellings Construction Sale. Dwellings, interior design and home furnishings. Still Madison's best kept $150 secret.
There's been another accident involving a Norfolk Southern train in Ohio. The same company involved in that toxic train derailment last month. A 46-year-old conductor was killed yesterday in Cleveland when a dump truck crashed into the front of his train at a crossing. This is the company's fifth major accident since December of 2021. The National Transportation Safety Board, or NTSB, has launched a special investigation into Norfolk Southern's safety practices. And it's official. Yesterday, the Justice Department filed a lawsuit trying to block JetBlue's nearly $4 billion purchase of Spirit Airlines. Attorney General Merrick Garland says the merger would harm consumers seeking lower-cost flights and violate antitrust law. JetBlue argues creating the nation's fifth biggest airline could force larger carriers to cut ticket prices. And now this important consumer alert. The FDA is flagging 2 more recalls of eye drops due to contamination risks that could lead to vision problems and even blindness. PharMedica USA is recalling some of its purely soothing 15% MSM drops. That's the recall the manufacturer says is due to problems that could result in blindness. And Apotex is recalling some of its prescription eye drops used to treat glaucoma after finding cracks in some bottle caps. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In Washington, I'm Serena Marshall.
Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 136. The NASDAQ managing a 26-point gain. The S&P 500 down 3. President Biden set to unveil his budget tomorrow in Philadelphia. A $2 trillion deficit reduction will be a central part of his proposal. The president has offered several revenue-raising proposals to help him reach his deficit reduction goals, including a new tax on households worth more than $100 million and quadrupling tax on stock buybacks. The president's budget is unlikely to become law, as presidential budgets rarely pass through Congress untouched. Our Call for Action volunteers are in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices, and Greg has more on the upcoming alert days. And then today on Live at 4, the summer travel season's on the horizon, and there's good news for families that are flying. You no longer have to pay extra to sit together. CBS's Peter Greenberg will have all of the details at 4.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
So with a Planet Fitness Black Card, I'll get a post-workout glow like that guy?
Everybody knows that you need to glow, the glow.
And I get a free Amazon Halo to track my fitness and sleep.
Because when you got the glow, there is no stopping what you want to do. Oh.
And I can bring a friend.
It's a way of life.
Okay, sign me up.
Sign up for the PF Black Card for $1 down, $24.99 a month, and get a free Amazon Halo View. Ends March 15th. It's glow time.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Convicted felon kidnapped and raped a 15-year-old girl, abducting her off the street in broad daylight. Judge Janet Protasewicz could have sentenced him to 20 years. Instead, she put him back on our streets.
What detractors would say is you having been soft on a violent sexual crime.
I would say that that's ridiculous.
Judge Protasewicz puts our families at risk, and putting her on our Supreme Court, that's what's ridiculous. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
Their daughter has Rett syndrome.
She's all there mentally, but she's locked inside a body.
News 3 Now's Arman Rahman shares a family's struggle to move forward and the financial roadblocks that come with the diagnosis. Driven to Care, Thursday at 10. A high-stakes election for a seat on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. News 3 Now presents a debate between candidates Daniel Kelly and Janet Protasewicz in a Campaign 2023 special. Tuesday, March 21st at 4 p.m. only on News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this Wednesday. How are you?
I'm dandy, and River Falls is even dandier. I'll tell you what I mean here in just a second. Yeah, yesterday, got a big announcement. For a while now, we've been following the Farm and Industry short course story. 137 years ago, Wisconsin created this short spurt of educational opportunities for farmers. It goes basically from about November till about March, allowing people that are actively involved in agriculture to get to campus and get their educational influx, if you will. Part of the reason why it's so attractive to farmers and those that want to be farmers is it gives them that campus experience. It gives them a chance to be together with others that are just like them, build camaraderie. Well, UW-Madison had traditionally hosted Farm and Industry Short Course. Unfortunately, because of the housing issues and challenges that are faced by students on campus, they have decided that they are going to move that program up to UW River Falls starting this fall. I talked to Steve Kelm, Steve Kelm. He's an animal scientist up at UW River Falls who's helping to coordinate the efforts. He said really it was an open conversation between UW-Madison, Platteville, and River Falls about what would be best for the program. River Falls ended up having the resources available that the program needs. So beginning June 1st, people are going to have an opportunity to enroll for the 2023 Farm and Industry Short Course. It will start in the fall at UW River Falls, and the inaugural class will be limited to 24. One of the reasons why UW River Falls works, aside from the housing availability, they also have a food science area on campus. They have access to the Man Valley Dairy Herd, and they've got a lot of agribusiness supporters around the area, not the least of which is Winfield and Land O'Lakes. So again, Farm and Industry Short Course history continues, but in a little different location, moving to UW River Falls beginning fall of 2023. Dairy markets today in Chicago. First of all markets are paying attention to the World Ag Supply Demand Report that was released about an hour ago. The big takeaway that I saw is they are expecting fewer corn exports for the United States. So watch out, folks. Barrel cheese was up 3 today at 169 3/4. 40-pound block cheese down 4 3/4 at 179 3/4. Double A butter down 1.5 pennies, $2.33 a pound. So there you go. Yeah, my alma mater picking up the responsibilities of Farm and Industry Short Course. I already told them if they need a guest speaker or somebody to collect coats, I'm on my way.
All right. Thank you, Pam.
See ya.
The world's first bee vaccine could help save the threatened honeybee population and, in turn, much of our food supply. We rely on these essential insects to pollinate crops. Ben Tracy shows us what the buzz is all about.
I can hear them buzzing around us.
Yeah, they're busy at work.
Brian Ashurst runs the Ashurst Bee Company. He's a fourth-generation beekeeper.
We run about 27,000 colonies.
His bees are part of one of the largest pollination events on the planet. California produces more than 80% of the world's almonds, and each blossom is pollinated by a bee.
We do broccoli, we do avocados, we do watermelons, we do onion seed, we do carrot seed.
Bees pollinate 1/3 of the food grown in the United States, essential to producing an estimated $15 billion worth of crops annually. But bee colonies are collapsing due to disease, parasites, pesticides, and even climate change-fueled droughts, which dry up the water and flowers they need to survive.
They're just decimated. Sometimes 50%. I've heard guys losing 70%.
So we're constantly trying to figure out how can we reduce these losses.
Jörg Meyer is a professor of zoological medicine at the University of Georgia. He constantly inspects these to make sure there are no signs of diseases, like the dreaded American foul brood.
It's a bacterial disease, and what happens after a few days, it's so bad that those little developing bees, the brood, dies, and they die, and it smells really foul.
It's so bad the government requires infected hives and all beekeeping equipment to be burned and buried. There is no cure for the disease, and until now, no vaccine to prevent it.
We were the first ones to do this.
Annette Kleiser is CEO of Dallon Animal Health, which partnered with the University of Georgia to develop the world's first honeybee vaccine. Unlike humans and animals, insects don't create antibodies, so scientists have long thought vaccines simply won't work. But in the lab, they discovered bees have a primitive immune system, and exposing a queen bee to some of the dead bacteria through her food created immunity in the hive.
I mean, it's like magic. You vaccinate the queen, and she passes it on to the millions of offspring that make the colony.
So far, they have not seen any side effects or impacts on food products such as honey. The hope is this breakthrough will pave the way for other vaccines to control all sorts of harmful viruses and pests.
Are you willing to give this vaccine to your bees?
Yeah, I'm willing to try it out. I think because we're all looking for answers for things, we're willing to try things out.
Because the one thing we do know is that without bees, these fields would be a lot less fertile. I'm Ben Tracy in California's Central Valley.
Interesting work. All right, let's check back now with Greg on those alert days for tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah, another Thursday, another Friday. We got another storm coming here, and really confidence is growing that we're going to see 4 to 8 inches pretty much Thursday afternoon, evening through Friday AM, and this is encompasses all of southern Wisconsin too, so travel will be definitely impacted with this right now. We kind of break down what we're going to see basically for tomorrow and tomorrow night. Light rain or light snow maybe through the early afternoon. Some places will see that, but it won't be any accumulation probably till the evening. The heaviest snow right now, I think it's going to be between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m. We could get up to maybe an inch per hour rate or heavier. So that's something that, once again, the Thursday evening commute could be really impacted with this. It should begin to taper off after 2 a.m., at least the heaviest or moderate snow, and then light snow will probably continue basically from west to east across the viewing area. Friday, it looks a little bit better. The flurries or light snow should definitely end early. We don't see a lot of accumulation going on Friday. Might be a little breezy, so maybe some blowing and drifting. An inch of snow potentially, and then the good news with the temperatures above freezing, we should see wet or slushy roads by afternoon. But it's going to be that Thursday night time frame. That's really what we're watching. Right now out west, really, that's a storm system out there that we're keeping an eye on. It's going to take a time to get eventually all the way over till Friday AM. It'll be probably parked right over Indiana. So it's going to head south of the area. That's why we're on the northern edge, so we will see snow. It's not going to be a particularly strong low, but it will produce enough snow. So that's what they're keeping an eye on. And there's more behind that, too, that we're watching. If we time this out with future cracking, you can see some of this precipitation here is not going to be reaching the ground this afternoon, just cloud cover. We'll see that off and on through tonight. Once we get through tomorrow morning, that's when we start seeing a little bit of precipitation out to the west. Could be a little bit of light rain, light snow. Will not really make an impact on travel yet, and a lot of it may not reach the ground. As we get towards noon, we'll start seeing more of the snow begin to change over and become a little bit more heavy, especially western areas as temperatures will be in the mid-30s and begin to fall. Really, it's going to be after 4 p.m. for all the area to start seeing that moderate to maybe even heavy snowfall. This time is really when the time we're going to be watching for conditions to be the worst. That'll continue through about 10 to 11 p.m. You'll start seeing it tapering off towards tomorrow morning. Looks like a lot of the snow for Friday morning's commute should be probably done with. We'll just be dealing with maybe some gusty northeast winds, maybe a little blowing and drifting in certain roads, and then obviously roads will still be snow covered this time with your temperatures in the upper 20s to near 30. So that's what we're kind of looking at for the time frame. Amounts 4 to 8. Could be some areas that even get higher than 8, but it looks like that's a pretty good swap through the whole entire area for snowfall right now. And once again, Thursday night through Friday morning, less as you go further south because of rain mixing in, and further north, they'll be far away from the system itself to not see as much. But like I said, this is something more significant snow that we've seen in quite a while. So if you look at the 10-day, there's your 2 alert days that we're monitoring. That's not done with the snow quite yet, because this weekend, along with that moving that clock forward, we'll probably have snow at the same time with another system coming through. Lighter accumulation than this current one, but still something to keep an eye on. And the active pattern continues all the way through next week, once again with maybe another Thursday, Friday system. And temperatures below average, mid-30s. We should be about in the low 40s this time of year.
So it'll be lighter to shovel the snow by.
Exactly.
So tomorrow morning, okay?
Tomorrow morning's okay. It's a Thursday evening commute. It's where the heaviest snow falling. And then I still think road conditions, even though we might not have a lot of snow falling Friday morning, roads will probably still be snow covered that time too.
Okay, so big storm.
It's another
medium storm.
No, medium storm. Another Thursday, Friday.
All right. Thank you, Craig. There's more to come on News 3 Now and Noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Weeknight cooking shouldn't be a chore. And with this easy as can be recipe, it's not. You'll see.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Fry Construction invites you to celebrate spring with our big spring thaw sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board with our spring thaw sale. Save 23% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
Remember this, and the false selector scheme.
In Wisconsin, extremist Dan Kelly was the right-wing lawyer behind the scenes of it all. The bipartisan January 6th commission revealed Kelly advised Trump operatives as special counsel to overturn the will of the people and overthrow the election results. Kelly even went on tour promoting the big lie. On April 4th, vote like democracy depends on it, because it does.
Memories matter. This bend on Cox Hollow Lake was one of Dad's favorite fishing holes. Crest Funeral and Cremation Service helped us make sure he's never forgotten. Making it personal. It's how you heal. We are Crest. We truly believe your memories matter.
For 75 years, DePaco has been more than local. It's a member-owned, not-for-profit cooperative that has grown into a vital community resource, a place where members can build a life worth loving. When you join DePaco, you own it. Your money stays here, enriching the lives of your friends and neighbors. DePaco strives to carry out the mission envisioned by the 10 meatpacking employees who founded it, to create a brighter community for all. To learn more about DePaco and how to become a member, go to depaco.com/join.
All you have to do is point.
Yes! 1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Woo!
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Backwoods country cooking is very in these days, and it proves that the most basic down-home recipes, you know, the ones many of us grew up on, are still what we're looking for, because they're easy to throw together, they're budget-friendly, and the leftovers are just as good as the original. Well, let's take a look at what we can do with a few basics. We cook some pasta according to the package directions, and we drain it. Now, we're using elbows, but egg noodles or spirals work just as well. Now, while the pasta drains, we brown some ground beef with a few seasonings, a chopped onion, and a green pepper. Now, once that's cooked, we toss that mixture into the same pot along with a couple cans of tomato soup, a can of creamed corn, and a generous amount of cheese. Now we add the cooked pasta, give it a good mix, and into a casserole dish it goes. And that's it. And the greatest thing about this is that you can freeze it before baking it, so you have a simple make-ahead dish that's ready whenever you are. Either way, you bake it off for 45 minutes or so, and you're done. And when you serve this cheesy, beefy baked casserole, get ready for easy country cooking that'll have everyone running to the table. Yep, the recipe for Hillbilly Pasta Bake is online now, so you can whip up an all-in-one casserole in a laid-back style. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where every day we're looking for an easier way to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, Howard, thanks. Greg's back on with one last look at the forecast.
Yeah, we still got that alert day in the forecast here for tomorrow evening and overnight Friday. Like I said, 4 to 8 inches of snow through Friday morning. Travel will be definitely impacted, and this includes all of southern Wisconsin. As we look at the snow amounts, once again, 4 to 8. We could have to see some areas pick up more than that. Less south to do the rain, and then less to the north just further from the system. But overall, 4 to 8 is definitely in the park for overnight. It will taper off as we get through early tomorrow morning. We have another system coming Saturday night and Sunday with more snow. That should be lighter amounts. We're not expecting as much as we have with this system. Colder temperatures next week, along with another opportunity for more snow. And that is the wrong 10-day.
You got your clock on the wrong thing there.
That's La Crosse, or somehow that snuck in there. That should be Madison. So let's ignore that.
Daylight savings different in La Crosse?
Not as much. But overall, just be aware, like travel. Tomorrow evening and Friday morning, travel will be impacted.
All right, thank you, Greg. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4. Have a great afternoon.